Hi, I'm Gita Abdullah. Welcome to the chat.
Hi, I'm Kim Kawashima.
Hi, I'm Yasmin Jan Mohammed. Welcome.
Hi, I'm Kiara Mastalino, and welcome to the 5-minute chat. Today's question is an interesting one. Who hasn't grown up with Barbie? Well, Mattel came out with a gender neutral doll. What are your thoughts about that, ladies?
I never really knew why dolls had to have gender. Half of mine, I don't think they did. Or at least, I didn't differentiate them that way, but I grew up as a tomboy. So for me, it wasn't all the, this is the girls and this is the boys. And I don't think I ever owned any Ken dolls. So I had to make the girls be boys too. But I think it's great. I think in this day of age, it's great to have something that the kids can just assign whatever they feel like assigning. They can have it changed. They can, it opens up the doors to creativity and to openness.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool because when I grew up, I had Barbies, I had Ken, I had the whole Barbie collection that my parents bought us. And I thought it was kind of a little sexist that they only had probably one or two male dolls and there was more females. But I think the gender neutral doll is a really good idea because it also helps teaches the young, there are guys and girls and there are people in between that don't know what their gender is. They just want to be neutral. If they want to transition, that's fine. They're still gender neutral because they're undecisive, but which is good because it's all equality, which is good for the kids to know about.
That's precise why they came up with that doll, because you could the doll doesn't have just one shape, and you could just add different wigs, different colors of, you could put a skirt or with a pink top, or you could put a top with, play with it without having a gender. And believe it or not, there's a lot of parents out there that actually would forbid the boys to play with the Barbies.
Yeah.
You're right? Yeah. But there's children learn from that. We learn from play. Like Kim, I was blessed in a sense that I had my dolls, but I would get bored of my dolls and I go play with the boys. So in my household was acceptable. And even when I with my sons, one day they wanted a doll. I said, yeah, sure, get a doll. Then it's no problem. I want to learn something. But there are some people out there very close-minded, and that's why they came up with this doll for people that can't figure out what gender they belong to. I think it's a great.
Yeah. Kara?
I guess I'm still on the fence on that. I mean, I understand where they're coming from, and I do agree that there is a place for it. But I guess I'm still like Barbie and Ken, whether they're straight or gay or not what, but I still think we are who we are. Like women are women, men are men. What we identify with, that's our personal preference. And yeah, no one should judge you on that. But as far as the gender neutral doll, I don't know. I feel like women are losing their identity as women and men are losing their identity as men because we're telling, well, you can be either or, it doesn't really matter. But are you, I don't know. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying that's my opinion. And I've never stopped. I have two boys and a girl. I've never stopped them from playing either. And if anything, my oldest, when he was little, we put little pigtails on him because he actually looked really cute. I said, you couldn't pass as a girl. But it was a cutesy thing. And it was fun. Okay. He'd kill me now if he heard me say this. But so to me, it wasn't to pick either or, but I don't know. I think certain things are we making everything too neutral, and that men and women are losing their identity, to be new. I don't know.
I would agree if they were saying that all the dolls had to be gender neutral now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they're not. You still have the girl dolls, sorry, and the boy dolls, and then you have the one, or I'm not sure if there's a series of them. But I do find that the one thing I think it's useful for is something, because I've come up with this with my daughter, where we were talking about pronouns, and I wasn't doing the whole, teaching her about pronouns, but we had come across somebody that we saw somewhere, and you couldn't tell from the outward appearance whether this was a boy or a girl. And so I took that opportunity to just say, well, you know, sometimes we don't know. And if you don't know, then they is a pretty good, safe pronoun to use. And so I was showing her that. And I think that the dolls would be a good way to sort of introduce that to kids.
Yeah.
That there is a way to, you know, it's okay if you don't know, you know, and it's not that, you know, you don't even have to say that the person themselves don't know. It's just when you're looking at somebody, sometimes you don't know. And
I
so,
think it eliminates a lot of phobia for the homosexual people too.
yeah.
You know,
Like
if
I would
you-
let my nephew play with dolls. Like my nephew, he's a full out boy, but I'm like, you know what? Play with what you want to play with. If you want to play with your sister and play with her dolls, go for it. I'm like, you get the experience of playing both sides. Boy toys, girl toys. Doesn't
Mhm.
really matter as long as you're having fun.
But does the doll have physicalities that prove it's either a boy or a girl? Because someone can be
No.
gender neutral, but they
No.
still got the female
Yeah,
part.
no, they
the male part.
designed
You
this
know what I
doll.
mean?
It doesn't have the much full lips, doesn't have the long lashes. It's just a simple doll. So that's why you could, like I said, you could add whatever, different wigs.
Okay.
You could
Yeah.
put the
Which
pants. you could
technically
put the
dolls
skirt.
like that have
Regular
existed.
doll.
You know, not all
You know,
dolls were,
Yeah.
you
It
know,
was
glamorously, you know.
very well designed. So
Okay.
it's a very interesting doll, you know.
Yeah.
So
So I
But
don't
it's-
know. I would
was
welcome
a
a doll
big
like that in our family of dolls. And we had the little boy from across the street over one day, and he came into our house, and my daughter has one of those giant Barbie townhouse things. And he looked at that and he was like, wow, this is the coolest house ever. I was proud of him. But there you go. So we have gender neutral dolls. Let us know what you think. You know, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Where do you stand on it? Comment, share this, and thanks for joining us.
Yeah.